I know it was you for sure. We have witnesses. We have at least one witness in the room right now. My friends, what's going on, guys? My name is Kai. Welcome to the Sober Living channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Please consider subscribing. It really helps my channel grow. My friends, how are you doing tonight? I wanted to make a special video for two of my subscribers who were asking about my tattoos. So I want to give a shout out quickly to James Fly and TV Matt. You guys asked and I want to deliver. So let's get into it, you guys. First of all, let's start with my chest tattoo. So my chest tattoo is a crest, a Bavarian crest. So my family is German. My family's actually German and French Canadian. However, when we were growing up, we never were introduced to our French Canadian side. We were never raised French Canadian. We were always raised on my German side. So we grew up little German boys, little German boy and girl, and that's how we were raised. When I was about 16, I went to Germany for the first time, to Bavaria, to see where my family was actually from, and I just fell in love with it. I ended up going over and over again, and eventually I was like, you know what, I want to get the Bavarian crest right on my chest. So that's what I did. And then when I went back to Germany the next year after I got it done, everybody was, "Oh, Kyle, so amazing." It was really nice. But yeah, that's my German tattoo. It's not completely finished yet because the tattoo artist that I paid for this tattoo, I paid for the entire tattoo in full. He did 2 sessions on me and then he just disappeared. And he ran off with my money. So I've never been able to afford to get it finished because the whole thing needs to be redone now. So until I'm a millionaire, it's gonna stay like that just for a little bit. Let's get into my next one. My next one is my gas mask tattoo. So, some of you guys might know that I used to be in a band. I used to be in a punk rock band, and we released 3 albums, and we used to tour all over Ontario and Quebec. Now, when I was in that band, I was I had stage fright, big time stage fright. And even though I was the drummer, I was the main part of the band when it comes to keeping time and everything like that, it was very hard for me to go on stage. So what I did was I just wore a mask, and I wore gas masks. And I was inspired by Slipknot. I was a big Slipknot fan when I was young, so I was like, you know what? If I feel comfortable wearing a mask, I don't have any stage fright, then let's do it. So I started wearing a gas mask. I have a couple of them here. This was my first gas mask. This is a mask that I wore during my first album. So you can see that it's got the lines up the side, just like this one here. But it's not the same as this one. This one, actually, I don't have the original. The original was stolen out of my case bag at a gig, and I never saw it again, unfortunately. But here's one that I wore, and then I have another one that I wore only for one tour because it was hell wearing this thing. But this, I believe, is like a World War II canvas gas mask. Very uncomfortable to wear all the time. So that's the story behind that. That was a gas mask that I designed, and that's the mask that I wore during my band days. Next, let's talk about my band. Keep going. My band's name was RIP 519. That was my band. I was a drummer in it, and I was also the lead songwriter. I wrote about 85% of our songs. So, you guys don't hear me talking too much about my band because that's what I did when I was a teenager, I feel like I've grown up a lot since I was in that band, and a lot of the subject matter that we sang about, I didn't necessarily, I don't support it now. I think that we were being offensive for the sake of being offensive. So that being said, that's why I don't promote it anymore. I'm just not happy with it. Also, none of my band members came to visit me when I had cancer and I was in the hospital. So I had a very sour taste in my mouth after that, And my lead singer had been harassing my sister for years and I didn't even know about it. So I don't look back on my band as necessarily the greatest thing in the world. It was a lot of fun. We got to play in front of thousands of people and we released 3 albums, so it was fun. But I am fully grown out of that. So that was my band. Next one, let's do my hands. So I've got the Sheikah symbol from The Legend of Zelda, and the symbol is the Eye of Truth. So the Eye of Truth, I like to be truthful, even though during my addiction I was anything but truthful. Now, I pride myself on my punctuality and being truthful, so having that on my hand really helps me stay on course. The next one is my Hindi arm. So here is my Om symbol, and the Om is the universal sound of peace, so I think that it's very peaceful for me. I've also got lots of evil eye jewelry on, and this is jade, given to me by somebody very special to me. Here, this blue band, actually, when my mother passed away, I was so fed up with life that I was like, you know what, screw this, I'm going on vacation. And I just left, I just went on vacation, and this was the band that they put on me when I was on vacation. I've never taken it off. Oh yeah, we're talking about tattoos. So, here on my wrist, I have "Give Peace a Chance," John Lennon quote, because I used to be a big fan of John Lennon. I used to be a big fan of John Lennon before I realized that he was a pretty terrible person. And then here, I've got "Oobla Dee, Oobla Da," which means life goes on. And, you know, dealing with a lot of death, being a recovering alcoholic, you deal with a lot of death. I've never talked about it before, but since I've left rehab, 3 of my friends that I went to rehab with are dead now. So that's not fun. But whenever I think of death, I always have to think of "Oobla Dee, Oobla Da," life goes on, brah, right? So going more, this is my Majora's Mask. Here, let me adjust this a little bit better. This is my Majora's Mask. Again, it's a Zelda tattoo. It's just meaningful for me because when I was young, me and my sister would play this game like religiously. We would play it so much. We played it so much that when we were young, that we set up little mailboxes around our house so we could deliver mail to each other. If anybody knows The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, they'll know all about the postman and stuff like that. Thought it was kind of cute, but that's one of my favorite tattoos. I like it a lot. Here I have the chemical symbol for THC. And now let me tell you a little story about this. When I had cancer and when I was recovering from my cancer, I knew that I was going to be an addict because my mom was an alcoholic. So, and my mom was an angel, don't get me wrong, but my mom was an alcoholic. So I knew that I would have an addictive personality. So when I went through my cancer, I told them that I don't want any pain medication. I don't want any pain pills. I don't want any morphine. I don't want anything because I know that I'm going to become addicted to it. So they said, okay, no problem, but we're going to have to find something for pain management for you. So luckily, this was when cannabis was still legal in Canada. It's legal in Canada now, but I mean it was used for medical purposes back then. So my doctors got me on a drug called Nabilone, which is synthetic THC, and I took that, and it managed to get me through my entire cancer journey without taking any hard narcotics or opiates. So that is why I wanted to show some respect to THC, just because it helped me get through the most physically painful part of my life without being an addict at the end. It is kind of ironic that right when I recovered from my cancer, I basically became an alcoholic overnight, you know. So I'm not happy about that, but that's what that tattoo symbolizes. Other tattoos, I've got more, you guys, but now they're on my legs, and I don't really know how to, can I do it with this camera? Hold on one sec, let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do. Okay. So, leg tattoos, let's get into it. Okay, so I've got a little pentagram. Not happy about it. Not happy about it because I am a Christian now. I got this tattoo when I was 13 years old. This here says Graveyard Shifter. That was the name of our second album, I believe. And then here I have Punk. Just Punk. And then I've also got Kiss from Futurama, Smoking a Joint. I was young, you know, I was young. We all have regrettable tattoos, but that was about it. So I do have more tattoos, but as I said, they are not in any way done, and I'm not proud of them right now, so I won't be showing those off. When they're done, I will more than happy show them off. Other than that, I hope that clears things up for you. I hope that video is somewhat interesting for you. I have a lot of tattoos. I actually have 21 tattoos, but I haven't gotten a new tattoo in about 10 years. All of my tattoos are pretty old. So when I do come back from Japan, however, I plan on getting the side of my neck tattooed. That will be something, though, that I do when I get back from Japan, because tattoos are very taboo in Japan, and I'm already going to have enough of a problem. Other than that, I hope you liked that video. I'm going to get going. It's about 2 in the morning here, so I got to get up for work tomorrow. But wherever you are in the whole wide world, please be safe, please be sober. And if you're not going to be sober, that's totally fine. Just be safe about it. Have a ride home. Remember, your parents love you, and every one of your friends wants you to wake up tomorrow. All right? Bye, guys.